This programme, we like to think, reserves an honoured place for people who may not fit snugly into the mainstream of life. One such person we came across leafing through the 2015 Dull Men's Club calendar recently. The club's 5,000 members are passionate about things the rest of us might struggle to love, and among them is Archie Workman, who appears as this year's Mr. March. Archie lives in Cumbria and has long been captivated by drain covers, those metal grills which cover drains. Archie joins us now from our studios in Barrow-in-Furness. Good morning, Archie. Hello, Archie.
Good morning. For a beautiful day for looking for drains I'm in Ulverston, actually, not Barrow.
Oh, I beg your pardon, but what a nice place to... I mean, is that a particularly profitable place to start looking for drains?
It is, actually. There was old iron foundries in Ulverston, and Ulverston's famous for two things. The birthplace of Stan Laurel, and also it has the shortest, deepest and widest canal. And there were iron foundries all the way up and down that canal. And I've found 3 different foundries who manufactured drain covers from the town because their names are stamped on them for posterity.
I imagine a foundry is quite an easy thing to stumble across, being of its size and dimensions, but a drain cover are the kind of things most people walk past, Archie. Why did you first stop and notice them?
I have 2 great part-time jobs. In the mornings, I'm managing director of a very successful business centre here in Ulverston. And in the afternoon, I'm a lengthsman for the parish council of Colton.
A lengthsman?
And they asked me to do vegetation clearance and maintaining the roadside verges, a 20 square mile patch. Excuse me. From, if you paint a picture between the lakes of Coniston to Windermere, and all the way down to Morecambe Bay. So it's a huge area. I
mean, everyone from Wordsworth to Wainwright has sort of strode those paths and perhaps looked up rather than looked down, captivated by the famous scenery of the region. But you look down.
Nobody looks down at the drains. I do, because I'm a lateral thinker. I'm a fan of Edward de Bono, the father of lateral thinking. And I look at them perhaps in a way that other people just walk past them.
I mean, I'm all for looking down. In fact, we have someone on the programme who looked down and found a £1 coin and turned it into 20,000. So it's obviously a profitable thing to do. But drain covers, I suppose, seem rather modest things and perhaps undifferentiated things. But I've looked on the website and seen that, in fact, they are often things of rare beauty and design.
They are indeed, and actually it's set off a new career for me. Now I'm actually giving presentations, and I call it My Life in the Gutter. And I've just been booked by the local Conservative Party to be their guest speaker at their fundraising dinner for the forthcoming election.
Excellent. Well, of course, other parties are available, I should say, at this point.
Of course they are.
So you mentioned that the presence of foundries there. Does that mean that drain covers were produced locally and therefore evidence these local variations?
I think they were, because they're very heavy things. I mean, it's quite physical work. I'm lifting one of these big heavy drain covers out of the road. But you wouldn't get a travelling salesman saying, I've got a special offer this week, buy one and get one free, because he couldn't carry them all around with him. And I don't think they travel very far. The covers that we have around here emanate from Blackburn, Chorley, Clitheroe, and even as far down as Dudley. Dudley was a big drain cover manufacturing centre, obviously, as the Midlands were, full of foundries.
And was there a golden age of drain cover manufacture?
I think there was. I mean, I'm quite fascinated by some of the names of them. The Glynwed Brickhouse Aquafall. It's a ductile grating, and they've got its own website, Brickhouse Foundry. There's some fantastic photographs of just hundreds and hundreds of drain covers being made. But there's a big following out in the world. I didn't realise that such a following, since I've sort of put all this on Twitter, that I'm followed all over the world now by people who are drain spotters.
Well, it's very interesting. Drain spotters, brilliant. I mean, it's very interesting, because you would have thought that it might be a lonely passion, that not many people would share it, but that's not the case.
It's not really, and some people have maybe called me eccentric. Well, I may be, and I'm quite actually excited to be eccentric, because that's an adventurous individual and someone with a magnetic personality, and I'm quite curious about things that are a part of our heritage. And all these drain covers have been on the road for maybe 50 to 100 years. I clean them, polish them and wire brush them and coat them in oil, and they're good for another 50, 100 years.
And that's the job of the lengthsman, to ensure that the drain covers continue to function as they should.
That's right, yes. I've just got one to do this afternoon where the water hasn't been going down. I don't know if you're aware, you've travelled down a country lane today, the grass verges seem to be getting nearer and nearer to the centre of the road.
Yeah.
So I cut them back, and then I found the drain cover which has been obliterated. Water wasn't going into this particular cover. Gorgeous little spot called Hellpot Bridge in the Rustland Valley, and I'm going to uncover that this afternoon so the water runs into it and the road will not be covered in ice, and a particular car hit that lovely bridge, which was built in 1923.
And does this interest impact on your home life, Archie?
It does, actually. I live in an old flax mill alongside the River Crake, which, if people know Arthur Ransom's Swallows and Amazons, it's the Amazon. And I've rescued the gate mechanism of one of the weirs. I have a narrowboat. My wife and I are passionate narrowboat people, and I love the mechanisms of canals and ratchets. So I look at things. I like to see patterns as well. I mean, all the drain covers are different designs and to collect the water. Some are actually in the wrong way, so I correct that. And I just love drain covers. I have a passion.
And you're not the only person. We've had somebody here, Jackie Morris, has tweeted in to say, I always read drain covers. My uncle made them. In fact, he died of lung cancer from dust in the foundry. Backstory to these drain covers.
Oh, yeah.
Archie,
I had an engineering background.
Oh, I see. Oh, also, Gillian says, I often look at drain covers to see if there's Stanton and Staveley, as I used to work there. Here in Cheltenham, there are indeed some. Archie, I don't mean to be rude,
Yes,
and
I
hope
get
you
emails from people saying, have you found my grandfather's drain cover company and that sort of thing. And people even send me photographs from the holidays abroad.
The drain covers.
Just for a collection. So it's amazing.
Archie, forgive me, and I don't mean to appear rude, but I noticed that you were nominated as the dullest man of 2014. How did that go down?
I am. I'm also the dullest man in Cumbria, and I'm quite proud of that. I'm a member of good standing of the Dull Man's Club. I've demonstrated noticeable skills, and I celebrate the ordinary. And that's what I think drain covers are. Everyone will think they're ordinary, but I actually think they're quite nice to look at.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing to celebrate the ordinary, and thank you very much for taking some time out of your drain wandering.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Archie. The Dull Man's Club calendar 2015 is available, and also Alan's own calendar of some of his favourite drain covers is available from Colton Parish Council.